Good
Okay.
morning, everyone, and welcome to this what will be an amazing webinar today about the Tennessee Electronic Transcript Exchange. My name is Sarah Bird, and I am the Assistant Director of Statewide Services at the Tennessee Higher Education Commission, and I am joined today by some friends from the National Student Clearinghouse to share with us about the Transcript Exchange. So we are really excited to be having this presentation today. We're going to be talking all about helping Tennessee schools really streamline the way that student transcripts are sent to colleges. So we always want to make the process even faster, more secure, as easy as it possibly can be for all of our school staff. And the Tennessee Electronic Transcript Exchange is a great way to send those transcripts securely and very fast, and also completely for free, which is really exciting. So whether you're already using the platform, which many of you are, or you're just getting started or interested in beginning to implement the program in your school, this webinar today will hopefully provide you with some insights about how the system works, how to get set up, and then also how to make the most of all of the features of the clearinghouse or of the transcript exchange. So we are thrilled to be joined, I mentioned a little bit earlier, by our partners from the National Student Clearinghouse here. And they are our support in this initiative. So they support the transcript exchange. So leading today's presentation is Angela Tobin, who is an account manager at the Clearinghouse. And she's going to walk us through the process. She's going to share best practices with us and answer any questions that you may have along the way. So with that, I am going to hand it over to Angela, and I will be in the chat making note of your questions. So Angela, thank you so much for being here, and take it away.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Sarah. Hi, everyone. My name is Angela Tobin. I'm from the National Student Clearinghouse. I hope you guys are staying nice and warm over there in Tennessee. I'm located in Virginia. We're actually getting snow, so it's been a fun morning. Um, Over here, we're so excited to talk to you about the Transcript Center. And before we get started, I want to go over a quick agenda. I'm going to provide you an overview and then talk about how the Transcript Center can actually help your high school and or district. Then after that, I'm going to provide you a demo of how the students would order and then actually how you would fulfill the order as the school or district. And then after that, we have plenty of time for questions. So what is a transcript center? Basically, it's a web-based application for the secure and electronic exchange of transcripts. So we have electronic system that the colleges sign up for, and we're able to send transcripts to them. If a college is not on the transcript center platform, we will actually mail that transcript for you all free of charge. So your students' transcripts will be getting to that college or university no matter what. We'll make sure it gets to them. And again, it's free of charge for you all. And again, like I mentioned, it's 24/7. So the nice thing, which we'll go over later on, the students are able to order the transcript via our secure website. And then after that, they can have a tracking number and they can see where the transcript is located, if it's been opened, if it's been fulfilled. And that way they don't have to come to you all, but they can go, self-service themselves. So how does it work? You, the user, will sit here and upload a data file to us using your SIS, your Student Information System. That would include Power School, Skyward, as you point one of those. After the file is then created, it will be sent to a secure FTP account, which we provide you is free. Then it will be downloaded into the Tennessee Transcript Center hub. That is where we store all the transcript data for you all. And the nice thing about that is you can just go back as far as you like. If you want to have students who are 10 years graduated, you can do that. You don't have to just do the newest class. And some people also upload the juniors because the juniors are asking for transcripts too. Right here, which we'll go over, your high school alums or current students would go to ordertranscript.com and here order a transcript. then you would go to the high school staff or district staff and they will fulfill that request. Also, it can go another way. If a student comes to your office and they say they want a transcript, you can then create the order and fulfill it all at once internally. So they don't have to go to the website. You can make that request for them on their behalf. We then send the transcript securely to that college or university, but also the data goes to the Tennessee Higher Education Commission, THEC. That way, you don't have to submit your student information for FAST. It can be taken care of or automatically for you guys. So there's a lot of benefits. First of all, there's no subscription fee, like it's completely free, and also nothing for the students also. But also the most important thing, it saves time and it streamlines the process. The nice thing about which I'll show you, we have a dashboard in the Tennessee Transcript Exchange platform that actually shows you the top 10 schools your students going, basically, like where your students are sending their transcripts to. So there's also not just sending the transcripts to these schools, but it's also you're able to receive intel. So it's twofold. But also the nice thing about it too is that, like I mentioned, it automatically sends the data to the lottery system for FAST. So now we're going to actually look at a student and see how a student will order a transcript through the system. So this is our website, ordertranscript.com. And you just go to start. And then it will come here. I'm going to do a test account that we have in place for you guys. My test high school. I will put my student's name. So we're going to do John and Mr. Doe. The birthday. And the student ID. Now, right here you see the student can be currently enrolled or if they're enrolled in previous academic years. So right here, the student's going to be previously enrolled. And you can also see they can actually wait and hold for the end of the term. So they can pick either one. So we're going to do immediate for this one. They have to sign, accept signature. And then you certify that this is the right student. And then next, now we're going to pick the actual school we're sending it to, Hometown University. As you see, there's no fee. And then next, I didn't click it, select Hometown University. Okay. Beautiful. Oh, I already have an order because I did this is staging, so I already did an order. So basically, you would go to review order. Let's do this another order. Let's go back because I actually just did an order for this student. So I did my test for my test. Let's go back over here and start another order actually for Jane Doe. So we're going to do test again. That's high school. And we're going to do Jane Doe. First student ID is this one. I see a lot of questions coming up. Great. Thank you for being so engaged. I'm going to certify right here. Okay, now we can go Hometown University, and then hopefully this accepts. Okay, perfect. and then you would go to review order and the customer and billing. It would be free, and then the order summary will show you where the student is going. So actually, I have an email that pops up automatically because I was the student, and you could see what the student received on the email. If I can pull that up. Perfect. And this is the email I received. Thank you for your order, or at transcripts.com. Here's your tracking ID. It's getting sent to Test High School to Hometown University. And also that tracking ID is really nice, like I mentioned. They can go and see where that transcript is, and they don't have to come to your office anymore. So right here, now the student is done. What is now is in your court. Right here, we're going to your school's view, and you will log in, and this is the transcript center portal. Now I want to point out, I want to tell you about the intel you have. You have reporting top 10 schools. So these are the top 10 universities and colleges that you have been submitting transcripts to. So that's really interesting information you can have. But over here, you would go to the left side where it says transcript orders. And I was doing some demos this morning, like, practicing, and that's why I couldn't do the order again because I haven't fulfilled these orders. So it won't let the student, which is a kind of nice feature, it won't let the student keep ordering a transcript to the same university if it's one that's already in the system. This is nice because then if Jackie is trying to get a transcript and she didn't remember if she sent one, she can't keep sending the same transcript over and over to the same school until you fulfill it. So it's kind of a nice safeguard in that way. So right here, this is John Doe. We're going to fulfill. Or you saw, I want to go back also. You can go back and, hi, John. You can hold for grades, hold for fees, or reject. So I'm going to fulfill, but there's other things you can do right here. As you see right here, this is all of John's information. Hometown University. You're going to click next. Right here, the exact match, because this person, John, was already uploaded into our system. So remember I said earlier, you're going to upload that data file and we store it for you in our transcript center platform. This is where the student's information would live right here. Now, say you have a transfer student and they will not upload originally in that big file, you can actually upload one student at a time. So you can do ad hocs. But you can also sit here and just upload a whole data file at once, and then that's how you have John Doe in the system. You will click here. Next. And then you can add information. You can actually even add attachments. Sometimes maybe a recommendation letter or something. You can add the attachment right here. You can add the student information, whatever you want, you can do. And then you send over results. Looks good. Okay, all done. And then now, Hometown University has John Doe's transcript. So that is literally how easy it is and how fast it is. Like I said, we're in a test environment, but this is the exact same process your students will go through and you would go through also. So it's very seamless, very quick, and we try to make it as easy as possible for you guys. So I want to also just stop sharing my screen so that we can actually no, I want to share my screen so I can show you our email address right here, stservices at studentclearinghouse.org. That is the main website, our main email address for myself, but also for my team. It's only 6 of us on our team, so we can all help you and assist you if you have any questions. I know we have a lot of questions going on, so I'm excited to start answering them. Sarah, do you want to start going through those questions?
Absolutely. I think that's a great idea. Okay, so we've had a couple of questions about the timeline here. Angela,
Yeah.
so basically, can you walk us through, usually, when a student when they apply for college, let's say they're applying during college application and exploration month, which for us is in September,
Awesome.
the colleges will ask for a preliminary transcript and then a final transcript.
Right.
So could you go over, like, can the student request like a preliminary transcript first and then another one at the end? How does that work?
Yeah, so we can go back actually. Um, so what it sounds like you could do, remember when we looked at the as one of the options, you could see if the student was hold for grades or not. So it seems like you want to still submit the transcript even though they haven't graduated yet. So you can do that. And in the note section that I was talking to you about, you can actually put preliminary. So remember
Okay.
when we did in the lower section, we talked about the notes where I said you could add information, you could put preliminary transcript there, or you could also, I'm going to put in John Doe again. So I can show you where you would go to do this also. You can, right here, currently enrolled in the 2025-2026 academic year. And then you could also
Got
do
you.
immediate or you could do end of term. So they can hold it in the system until the end of term, or they can just fulfill it immediately.
Got you. Okay, that's super helpful. And then I know you mentioned, like, if there is if a student has requested, like, initiated a transcript request for a school and it has not been, I don't remember the word you used, I think fulfilled.
Yes, fulfilled. Yes.
They can't continue to ask for that same one, which, by the way, excellent feature, I think, because that probably avoids a lot of like duplicates. But just to clarify, like, let's say it's September, they've applied for a college during their senior year, they request that transcript, the counselor fulfills it, then the student can, at the end of the year, request that final transcript to the same
Yes.
school, correct? It's
Totally fine.
just if it hasn't been fulfilled yet.
Exactly, exactly. And that's the safeguard basically. It's a point is so is that the student is not sitting there sending in 5 requests because the counselor hasn't had time to fulfill that one request yet. It's just trying to
Got
save
you.
the workload on everyone basically.
Got you. Okay, so they can, to answer your question, Nikki, that I see in the chat, they can send the same transcript twice to the same
Yes.
school. They just have to, like, each be fulfilled, which that sounds great. That sounds lovely. Okay, a couple more questions for you, Angela. So one person asked, is there a limit to how many staff members at our school can have access to the upload and or order request? And this person said, as a school counselor, I would handle the initial upload, but my registrar usually assists students with their individual requests. So can you kind of talk about point of contact and access there?
Yes, there actually is no limit. So that actually works perfectly. And usually we have like one point of contact, like you mentioned, Sarah, but then you would have 2, 3 people under you. You can actually add people. We actually have a K20 um at studentclearinghouse.org. They are our customer care team for the transcript center, but also the email I sent you, you can always send a question to us. And the good thing about that is if you need to add people, we can add them or you can add them yourself. But if say the person who was in charge of that left, then we can add you to the system and that way you can be continue to do the transcripts yourself.
Got you.
But back to the visual question, there is no limit.
Okay, perfect. That makes that easy. I know a lot of our schools have several staff in their counseling office that handle or that kind of have different touch points during this process. So that's really helpful to hear. Some of us noticed that on the page where the student requests a transcript, there's like a verification that says like I verify that I'm over the age of 18.
Right,
So does
right
that mean
here.
that a student can only request a transcript if they are 18 years or older, or is the assumption if they aren't 18, then the person who is technically filling this out would be the parent?
Right. So a student cannot do this unless they're 18. However, right here, a student under 18 that I'm placing a transcript only for my dependent transcript. So the parent can do it on behalf of the student if the student is not 18. So that's completely
Got you.
fine. The parent can do it or the guardian, whoever is the legal guardian of the student. And thank you,
Okay.
Brendan. He put in the actual um It's K20 transcripts at studentclearinghouse.org. It's the transcript center email address for questions or customer care issues. So thank you, Brendan. I always get the email address mixed up, so I appreciate it.
Perfect. Okay, a couple more questions here. Let's see. Several of these I wrote down are about the time frame. Okay. This is a great question. I'm really glad somebody asked this. The question is, are the only schools that use like the only colleges?
Yeah.
Are there only colleges that they can choose from to send transcripts to? Is it like a select amount of colleges that also agree to use the electronic transcript? Are they just Tennessee colleges? Can you go over like which colleges they can send, like which ones they have the option to send a transcript to?
Yeah, so I'm so happy you said that too, Sarah. So we actually provide this service to all colleges. So certain colleges that are on the electronic transcript exchange, that means they receive the transcript electronically, which is the fastest way. So if the school is on that electronic exchange, they'll get their transcript immediately because it's electronic. If a school is not on electronic exchange, we will mail it to that school free of charge. So that student's transcript is going to get to that college or university no matter what, free of charge to you all. It's just going to, it could be mail, which would take a little longer, but obviously if it's, if it's electronic, we will send it to them that way through the secure
Perfect.
FTP account.
Okay, that makes it super simple. So even if they're like maybe wanting to go to a small school in a different state, you can still make sure that we get them a transcript for free through the
Exactly.
transcript exchange. It just might be mailed. Okay,
Yes,
great.
exactly. And the reason that you see that, I mean, schools, I'm in a staging environment right here, so that's why the school list is really small. But yes, it's
Sure.
all the schools. And like I said, if a school's not there, we'll get the transcript to that school.
Perfect. And I saw that Suzette put in the chat, and I'm glad that she brought this up, that we have over 95% of Tennessee colleges and universities as members, which means that over 95% of Tennessee colleges and universities will get those transcripts electronically immediately. I'm assuming that's what that means.
Exactly, immediately,
Um,
exactly.
mhm. Yeah. And then, yes, Brittany asked, great question, Brittany, if it includes TCATs. And yes.
Yeah.
Some of these questions I want to repeat on the audio because when people watch our recording, they won't be able to see our chat. So I know they're being answered in the chat, but I just want to mention them as well for anyone who might watch this after the fact. Okay, a couple more questions, Angela, and then I'd like to talk about like onboarding for schools who might be interested in joining. Somebody said, I have an account but don't have any transcripts loaded. How do we go about getting those loaded?
Yes. So you'll have to if you can reach out to our email address, the ST services at studentclearinghouse.org. We will be able to get you in touch with one of our implementation coordinators, and they'll be able to basically do a new kickoff, and that will help you upload um your transcripts. By any chance, what kind of what's your student information system?
Yeah, I can't remember who asked that question. Let me see if I can go back. But
Okay.
let's see. Oh, it was Jennifer Jones. So Jennifer, if you are
Synergy.
still in the
Oh,
chat, oh,
great.
she said
Okay,
Synergy.
I see it. Perfect. Yes, we actually have a joint webinar with them that is recorded that we can send it to you guys and to help you show you how to upload the data. So please reach out to us and we'll be able to help you. I see my colleague Brendan's on the chat. He's a women implementation specialist. So I'm so happy, Brendan, you're here. And we will definitely get in touch with you and help you with that process. We want you to
Perfect.
be
And
using
Jennifer also said
using
that
it.
she found her transcript. So awesome. Okay, so a couple more questions here for you. Oh, one person asked just like a clarifying question. So I can use this platform when I receive the requests from colleges via email as the counselor and still allow the registrar or somebody else in the counseling office to fulfill the individual requests as needed. Is that correct?
Yes, so you can actually make the request yourself, and then someone else in this building can fulfill the request for you all, or you can fulfill the request yourself. So yes, and
Perfect.
you can provide the
Okay.
student the tracking number, so that way they don't have to keep asking you. They can go find the tracking number themselves and track the process.
Perfect. Super helpful. Okay, so I want to keep going, make sure that we get to all of these questions. And again, it might sound a little redundant because I know some of them are being answered in the chat, but want to make sure that our friends who are watching after the fact to get the access to all the same information. Okay, so somebody said my biggest challenge with this is that our school sends a lot of transcripts, so probably a pretty large school,
Okay.
to schools that are not connected ones, so they would have to be mailed. She said, oops, I lost my spot. Since I feel like that's going to take so much longer, how can we get more of the colleges to get connected? Like, is there a way that, like, let's say
Yeah.
there's one school that they're sending a lot of transcripts to that are mailed. Could we connect that college to you all? How does that work?
Yeah, so it's free for the colleges. So there's no reason why a college would not sign up. So if this college is in Tennessee, my the business development executive for Tennessee is my friend and colleague Joe Carlson, and he would be able to reach out to that college and help get that college onboarded. If it's not in Tennessee, we have development executives for the whole country, and we will be able to have one of them reach out to that college and get them on board. Like I said, it's a national database, not just for Tennessee, so we're able to reach out to any. But if you have a specific college name that you're wanting us to reach out to, we're happy to do that for you guys. No problem. Just send me a quick email. Again, my name is Angela, and we're able to help you guys with that.
Perfect. Okay, a couple more questions here, and these are
Yeah.
excellent questions. I'm really glad people are asking these. And I actually had the same question, so I was glad to see somebody else say it too. Angela, as you can imagine, a lot of our students apply to colleges that are close to home.
Yes.
And so if I have 220 seniors and I know that at least half of them will all be applying to the same college,
Right.
um, is there a way that I can bulk upload all of those students' transcripts? Like send, in one go, one school, 100 transcripts, or do I need to do those individually for each student?
So the thing is that when I was showing you guys, you have to do it individually because you have to verify the transcript is matching the student's record.
Oh, I
So when
see.
I
Okay.
so when I was looking at John Doe, I looked and made sure, okay, this is correct John Doe, the right student ID, right birthday, and then you verify it, and then you can add attachments, and then you send
Oh,
it
got you.
out. So if you did a bulk, you wouldn't be able to do those stages, and
Sure.
also the checks and balances that we want to make sure it's the
Yeah,
right transcript you're sending. So yeah,
of course.
unfortunately, we can't do bulks. I'm sorry.
Sure. No, no, that totally makes sense. But honestly, how quick it was for you to go through that, it's,
Yeah,
seems pretty simple and pretty straightforward. So great, great, great. Glad somebody asked that. Someone else asked, sometimes employers will ask applicants to submit a transcript, like maybe as proof of high school graduation or something, or even incarcerated alumni. So maybe some of our students who are wanting to do our Reconnect program with and justice impacted individuals. So is the Tennessee Electronic Transcript Exchange an option for these requests?
that is
Or would
something
it just go to colleges?
I'll have to get back to you if that's okay. I'm
Okay.
happy to sit
Yeah,
there
of
and
course.
I will, yes, I can follow up with an email. If you could give that individual's name, I'm happy to follow up with an email to that question. I think I have
Sure.
the answer, but I want to make sure this is being recorded. I want to make sure I give you the right answer. So,
Totally.
I
That
wanted to
totally
make
makes
sure I can
sense.
give that right answer. So if we can get that person's name, I can email that person directly and give them that answer.
Perfect. Yes, yes. We
That's a
will
great
make sure that
question. Thank
we get
you.
that connected. Of course. Okay, and then let me just kind of scroll through here. Okay, can you talk, sorry, I'm going to keep kind of filtering through some of these other questions, but several people have asked how they can get started using the transcript exchange. Can you talk a little bit about like the onboarding process and what that looks like for everyone?
Yes, so you would email us at stservices@studentclearinghouse.org. One of my colleagues can actually put that email address in the chat, and that way everyone has it. And they after you email us to say, hey, I want to sign up for the Tennessee Transcript Center, um, we will be able to provide you an agreement. It's literally a 3-page contract. You sign the contract, then it goes to our legal team. They countersign it, goes to implementations. My colleagues Brendan, who's actually on the chat. Thank you so much, Brendan, for being here. He would be helping you, or my other colleague, Matthew would be able to help you, or Micah, and they will actually take you from staging to production. In staging, you will sit there and provide us a your ZAP file, the data file. After it passes through validations, we'll move you to production, pass through validation again, then you're live. So the process is not really that hard. It's just we want to be on your schedule. So if you're a school that really wants to get this done in like 3-4 weeks, we'll be there with you. If you're like, okay, we have a lot of projects, we want to get this done and like before the end of the school year in June, then we'll be on that schedule too. It really depends on how engaged and how much time you can give us because our implementation specialists are great and they want to help you get to the finish line.
Yeah. Perfect. Thank you for going over that for us. A couple of other questions. I see this one was answered in the chat, but again, just want to go over it. Someone asked, as the district's SIS manager, how often should I be uploading transcripts? And Suzette answered, typically August and then January and then May or June is when those will be uploaded. Another question, this is a great one. So this person said, we also have alumni that request official transcripts without a specific purpose. Could alumni go through ordertranscript.com and then list their personal email as the recipient for the transcript?
That's a
Uh-oh.
unique case. No, I can get
Oh,
back to
okay.
you that one. Yeah, because I'm like, that's a unique
Okay.
case. I yeah, I don't want to say yes or no. So yes, I can get back to that
Totally fair.
individual. Yeah, that'd be great. Yes, thank you. That's a good question. That's a really
Sure.
good question. You guys give me
Yeah,
stumpers. I
of
love it.
course.
On a Friday.
That's right. And then Jenny, I see your question, is the cost to be in partnership free for high schools? Yes, this is totally free for high schools. So you all don't pay anything as part of this, which we're so grateful that we're able to offer this for free.
And it's free for
Okay, a
all your
couple more
students
questions. Oh, yeah,
too. I'm sorry, Sarah, I didn't mean
right.
to interrupt you. Yeah, it's
No,
free
you're
for all your
totally fine.
students too. So, you saw what I was like. It says fee. You see how it's free. It's always going to be free for your students. So, yes, we're very excited about that.
Yeah, that is very exciting. I love that we don't have to charge them for that. I know that it can be prohibitive for some students. So
Yeah.
it's really nice to be able to offer them something like that for free. Okay, another question. Somebody said, since we no longer include test scores on transcripts, can this platform send ACT scores to colleges as well? Or would students need to go through their My ACT account to send their ACT scores to colleges?
So you could add it as an attachment. So on the area that you said that's the attachment on the profile, you can add it as an attachment and you can add, I think, about like 5 or 6 attachments. So that's something like some people do test scores, some people attach recommendation letters. So you could do that. So I'm not sure if that answers the question or not, but you could do it as an attachment.
Yeah, that's a great point. Okay, another question here. I wanted to ask, and there were some questions about this, about like tracking. So
Yes.
once the transcript is like electronically sent to the college, is there a way to track when the college accesses the transcript, like when they actually pull that information and have accessed it?
Yeah, so it gets tracked to see where if it's sent to the mailbox electronically, and then also I believe it gets tracked to see if it's pulled. So I
Got
can
you.
that's how it was. So I can go and verify that, but I'm almost positive that it gets tracked when it gets pulled by the college.
Okay, perfect. That's awesome. That's very helpful to hear.
I saw
Okay, a couple, yeah.
well, I saw another one question I saw was really, really good question. I wanted to pull out. I
Yeah.
saw there's so many questions which I love. Um I saw someone's question. Yes, because can you an individual upload transcript? So yeah, if we do about the data file, obviously like we talked about, but if you have 1 or 2 students that you need to upload just that person's transcript, you can upload that student's one transcript to the portal and then it'll save it. So you don't get upload. So say like, Katie's brand new to your school and she needs to upload her transcript. If you don't have to keep doing it, once you upload Katie's transcript, it automatically saves to the portal.
Perfect. Very helpful. Okay, a couple more here for you. One is, um, okay, so oh, this is a good one, and I'm glad that somebody asked this. I need to stop saying that because I'm glad that people ask all these questions. But this person said, I went through the process to get an account a couple years back, but have not ever used the exchange. Will my account still be active, or do I need to go back through the approval process?
Your account is still active. So that's the great part. If you need help because you never used it, we're happy to give you a new kickoff call basically and kind of help you and walk you through how to use it. But we don't shut down accounts. So your account is still active. You have to reset your passwords, of course, because they'll expire. But we'll be able to help you walk through the process so you'll be able to actually use the service as you see. I always say, oh yeah, it takes about like a half an hour to show you how to use the transcript center, but it takes like 15 minutes because it's so quick on how to order it and how to fulfill the request. So once you start doing it, you can get it done in 2 seconds.
Perfect. Sounds pretty quick and painless to me.
Yes.
Someone said that their district utilizes school links for college admissions documents and asked if there's any interference between those systems.
No, I mean the transcript center could be a supplement. Like I said, it's a free service we provide you all, and thanks to THEC, and we're able to and like I mentioned, I kind of glazed past it, but when you submit transcripts through the transcript center, it also goes to FAST for the scholarship eligibilities. So it's not it's a you're using it for two different ways too. So a lot of times some
Sure.
people will just send their transcripts for the FAST purpose and use schoolings if you want. So I mean obviously we want you guys to use it for transcripts too, but it's a great way to just supplement it too.
Yeah, yeah, that's a great point. Okay, somebody asked, does the whole process require a school-based individual to monitor the requests? 1% of the school to log in, initiate all of the requests, and send the transcripts. They said it would be lovely if it was automated. All of the schools would have to do is ensure updated transcripts are put into the clearinghouse portal. So it sounds like you would have to like log in periodically
Yeah.
to verify, the student information, like you said earlier, Angela.
Yes.
Does that sound right?
Yeah. And also because you can't include attachments, so that's why it doesn't automatically go through. So
Right.
if it was automatic, the student wouldn't have recommendation letter or something like that. So yes.
Yeah, yeah, makes perfect sense. Okay, and then somebody else asked, and I think that this is a pretty common question that sometimes people have about systems like this.
Yeah.
What do they do about students who enroll after the start of the semester? So if they upload transcripts, like let's say 3 times per year at the start of the semester, and then like through the middle, and then at the end, or at the senior year. What do they do about students who enroll after the start of the semester? Would they have to manually, oh, sorry, this person said, we have to manually enter any transcripts that come from out of the district. In addition, if students transfer between high schools within the district, are the documents updated in their system? So do you know how that works, updating if students transfer between schools?
Yeah, so you would upload it. So are you putting the student in your data file or are you just uploading the student individually? Because if this is like Jackson School District, and then you have like two high schools in the school district and they're bouncing between high schools. Is that was the question?
Yes, I think that was the
Okay.
question. Yes.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. So um it will override the old one. So the
Got you.
newest one will be in the system. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. That makes perfect sense. Okay, I also looked through our Q&A. That's the all of the questions that I see in the chat for right now. I looked through the Q&A and we answered those two questions. One was about the cost, which is free, and the other one's about bulk transcripts sending to like all at one college, which we also talked about. So, a couple of people had questions about how to actually get started. And I see that the clearinghouse staff has very generously put that email address in the chat. And then it's also the same email address that's at the end of the presentation. So for anyone who's watching after the fact, you can go back to that last slide that Angela had and pull that email from there, email them about getting started, and somebody will connect with you about initiating that whole process. So I think that's all of our questions, which is really exciting. So thank you so much, Angela. That was like, I feel like it was 20 questions. You were really in the hot seat getting
No,
everybody's
this is great. I
everybody's
love people
questions.
being engaged. This makes it so much more fun. So thank you everyone for being here. Thank you for making this presentation so much fun for me. I appreciate it.
Of course. Yeah, of course. Hey, one more question that I just saw come through. Someone
Mhm.
asked, are the colleges prompted to check the transcript center? They said, I have students come and ask why the school hasn't gotten it yet or why they haven't sent it, but it could have been sent and they just haven't retrieved it yet.
I know for, on the for ETX, which is like the electronic exchange, they have an they get an email when they have transcripts waiting for them. So they do get notified.
Mm-hmm. And I will also say before I worked for THEC, I worked at the university level and worked on processing transcripts actually from the National Student Clearinghouse. And yes, they should get an email. That's at least how it was at the university that I was at. They got an email every time that there was like a load of transcripts. And then when they went to, whenever we would go to retrieve the transcripts, it would give us like the transcript and then any attachments that Angela talked about are all sent all at the same time in the same PDF file. So it's super convenient for the colleges for sure. Oh, and then somebody else asked, like do the counseling staff, like the school counseling staff, do they get an email when the student has submitted an order? Like, is there a way that
Yes.
they are notified? Okay,
Yes, you have to. You if you're signed up as one of the users, you'll receive an automatic email every time. Like I was getting emails saying that there was a remove request while I was making the request. So yes.
oh, very cool. Okay, that's awesome. That's good to know. Okay. Oh, and then somebody else asked, do you happen to know if Memphis Shelby County Schools is a part of the onboarding, like as a district? Do you know where they stand in using the clearinghouse?
Yes, they do. So if you have more questions about your district specifically, please feel free to reach out to us at this ST Services, and I can go into more detail about that. But Suzette actually gave you information about
Perfect.
Shelby County. That's a unique case.
Yes, perfect. And then if someone should, obviously they should be getting those email notifications that a student has made a request, but they currently are not getting email notifications. How would they go about making sure that they get those emails?
Yes, please feel free to reach out to us at the K20 email address, and that's our customer care, and they can make sure your email address is correct or something like that, and making sure that you get the emails.
Perfect. Okay, well, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate y'all taking the time out today. This is such an amazing tool that we have on College for TN and available to use for our school staff. And I always love when more people get to hear about it because it is an excellent tool that really, really, really benefits our students. And I believe also really benefits our school staff because it's so easy to use. So just want to say a big thank you to our friends at the National Student Clearinghouse for all of their help and also for joining us today. So thank you so much, Angela. This was super informative, and we'll make sure to attach the slides as well to the archived webinar so that anyone who's interested in seeing those slides can see those. So thank you all so much, and I will give you your Friday back to you, and just really appreciate again you all spending some time with us today to learn about the Tennessee Electronic Transcript Exchange. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye bye.
Bye.